were the Sandinistas Socialist. Have you ever wondered about the political movements that shaped modern Latin America? One of the most significant events was the Sandinista Revolution in Nicaragua. So, were the Sandinistas Socialist? Let's break it down. The Sandinista National Liberation Front, known as the FSLN, emerged in the late 1960s. Their main goal was to overthrow the Somoza dictatorship, which had ruled Nicaragua for decades with the support of the United States. The Sandinistas identified with Marxist-Leninist ideas but adapted them to fit Nicaragua's unique social and historical context. When the Sandinistas came to power in 1979, they implemented socialist policies. They nationalized key sectors of the economy, including the financial system and major exports. They also confiscated large landholdings, especially those owned by the Somoza family. Their aim was to promote policies that favored peasants and workers. However, their approach to socialism was not rigid. Unlike the Soviet model, the Sandinistas allowed small and medium private farms and businesses to continue operating. This showed their willingness to adapt socialism to Nicaragua's realities. Politically, the Sandinistas organized mass groups of workers, peasants, and youth. They encouraged participation in the revolution and defended their government during the Contra War. This conflict involved U.S.-backed rebel forces trying to overthrow them. The Sandinistas also launched campaigns like the National Literacy Crusade, which combined education with ideological teaching to gain popular support. Within the FSLN, there were different factions with varying views on socialism. The Terceristas, led by Daniel Ortega, favored a gradual transition to socialism. They sought alliances with middle-class and some business sectors to broaden their support. This strategy aimed to avoid alienating the population by not emphasizing strict Marxist ideology. In contrast, other factions were more orthodox Marxist, focusing on organizing urban workers or rural peasants for a prolonged revolutionary struggle. This diversity within the movement reflected the broader pattern in Latin America, where socialist ideas were adapted to local conditions. The Sandinista movement also connected with national identity. They used symbols like the legacy of Augusto Cesar Sandino to link socialism with resistance to foreign domination. This connection resonated deeply in Latin American history and culture. So, to answer the question, yes, the Sandinistas were socialist. They promoted social ownership, redistribution, and anti-capitalist reforms. However, their form of socialism was flexible and rooted in Nicaragua's unique social and cultural context. This adaptability was key to their approach and success during a transformative period in Latin American history.